The complete works of Swami Vivekananda, the Vedanta, lecture delivered by Swami Vivekananda at Lahore in 1897, part 6. But now comes a tremendous fight. Here are the Buddhists, who equally analyze the body in a material stream as equally as mind into another. And as for this Atman, they state that it is unnecessary. So we need not assume the Atman at all. What use of a substance and qualities adhering to that substance? We say gunas, qualities, and qualities alone. It is illogical to assume two causes where one will explain the whole thing. And the fight went on, and all the theories which held the doctrine of substance were thrown to the ground by the Buddhists. There was a breakup along the line of those who held on to the doctrine of substance and qualities. That you have a soul and I have a soul. And everyone has a soul separate from the mind and the body, and that each one is an individual. So far, we have seen that the idea of dualism is all right. For there is a body, there is then the fine body, the mind, there is this Atman, and in and through all the Atmans, there is the Paramatman, God. The difficulty here that this Atman and Paramatman are both called substance, to which the mind and the body and the so-called substances adhere like so many qualities. Nobody has ever seen a substance. None can ever conceive what is the use of thinking of this substance. Why not become a Shani Kavadin and say that whatever exists in this succession of mental currents and nothing more, they do not adhere to each other, they do not form a unit, one is chasing the other. Like waves create water creates a ghada. The Buddhist declares he is childish, and if this is God, he is going to fight this God and not worship it. This worship is full of misery. If it is the work of a God, we are going to fight this God. And secondly, this God is illogical and impossible, as you are all aware. We need to go into the defects of the design theory, as all our Kshanikas have shown them full well. And so this personal God fell to pieces. Truth, and nothing but truth, is the watchword of the Advaitis. Truth alone triumphs, and not untruth. Through truth alone, the way to the gods, Devayana, lies. Everybody marches forward under that banner. But it is only to crush the weaker man's position by his own. You come with your dualistic idea of God to pick up a quarrel with the poor man who is worshipping an image. And you think you are wonderfully rational. You can confound him. But if he turns around and shatters your own personal God and calls that an imaginary ideal, where are you? You fall back on faith and so on, or raise the cry of atheism, the old cry of a weak man. Whosoever defeats him is an atheist. If you are to be rational all along the line, and if not, allow others the same privilege which you ask for yourselves. How can you prove the existence of this God? On the other hand, it can be almost disproved. There is not a shadow of proof as to his existence, and there are very strong arguments to the contrary. How will you prove his existence? With your God and his gunas and an infinite number of souls which are substance, and each soul an individual. In what are you an individual? You are not as a body, for you know today better than even the Buddhists of old knew that what may have been matter in the sun has just now become matter in you and will go out and become matter in the plants, then where is your individuality, Mr. So-and-so? The same applies to the mind. Where is your individuality? You have one thought tonight and another tomorrow. You do not think the same way as you thought when you were a child. And old men do not think the same way as they did when they were young. Where is your individuality then? Does not it say in consciousness, this ahamkara? Because this only covers a small part of your existence. While I am talking to you, all my organs are working and I am not conscious of it. If consciousness is the proof of existence, they do not exist then, because I am not conscious of them. Where are you then with your personal God theories? How can you prove the existence of such a God?